Hi, welcome to another episode of Future Ledger. Imagine two graduate students walk in and offer to sell you the future of the internet for $1 million. You say, no. A few years later, they come back. Their company is now worth billions. You try to buy it anyway. You still say no. Then a college dropout builds a website that's about to become the biggest social network on Earth. You offer to buy that too. This time, you're the one who gets turned down. And when the world's biggest software company offers you $46 billion, more than you're worth today or maybe ever again, your own board says, not enough. 4 moments. One company on both sides of the word no. So who is this company? And why did they keep making the exact same mistake in every direction for over a decade? Before we name names, it's worth asking why any of this actually matters beyond one company's bad luck. Every tech giant you use today exists partly because someone said yes at the right moment. One search engine exists because 2 rejected students refused to give up. One social network exists because its founder refused to sell, even when the money would have made him rich beyond anything he'd imagined at 22. But there's a mirror version of that story told far less often. What happens to the company standing on the other side? The one repeatedly offered the future and repeatedly handing it back. Because if you can understand why a company keeps saying no to opportunities that look painfully obvious in hindsight, you start to understand something uncomfortable about decision-making itself in any company, including maybe your own. So who was this company before all of this? And how did it end up in that room, again and again, holding the winning hand and folding? To understand how this company kept ending up in that room, you have to go back to before it was even a company at all. Back to 1994, to a graduate student dorm room at Stanford University. 2 PhD students built a simple list of their favorite websites just to organize a young internet that barely had content worth organizing yet. They called it Jerry and David's Guide to the World Wide Web. Genuinely, before renaming it to something catchier, Yahoo. By the mid-1990s, Yahoo was the front door to the entire internet. If you wanted to find anything online in 1996, you almost certainly started at Yahoo. By 2000, at the peak of the dot-com boom, Yahoo was worth roughly $125 billion. A staggering number for a company built from a dorm room list of bookmarks. Yahoo's core belief was simple: keep people on Yahoo's own pages as long as possible. It worked brilliantly for a while, but that belief was about to collide with 2 young founders who believed the exact opposite thing. So what happened when Yahoo first came face-to-face with the company that would eventually replace it? In 1998, 2 Stanford PhD students walked away from their studies with a search algorithm they'd built and a simple problem. They didn't actually want to run a company. They wanted to finish their degrees. So they went looking for a buyer, approaching Yahoo first with their entire search engine. For $1 million, Yahoo said no. Their reasoning wasn't crazy. It was consistent with everything Yahoo believed. This search engine's whole philosophy was to find you the best answer and send you away from the site as fast as possible. Yahoo's model was the opposite: keep you here. To Yahoo's leadership, this tiny tool didn't look like a competitor. It looked like something working against their entire strategy. So the founders kept their search engine. And over the next 4 years, while Yahoo kept building its walled garden, that rejected search engine quietly became the single most important piece of software on the internet. By 2002, Yahoo's leadership had clearly changed their mind. So they went back with an offer. What happened in that second meeting is even stranger than the first. In 2002, Yahoo's CEO sat down to dinner with the 2 young founders and asked them directly what they wanted to do with their company next. Their answer reportedly was simple: They didn't know yet. So Yahoo's CEO made an offer to buy the company outright. Depending on which account you read, the number discussed was somewhere between $3 and $5 billion, already 1,000 times more than what Yahoo had turned down 4 years earlier. For a moment, it looked like Yahoo was about to correct its first mistake. Then, the negotiations stalled. Reports differ on why. Some say Yahoo tried to negotiate the price down. Others say the founders simply decided not to sell. Either way, the deal fell apart, and the company walked away independent. For good. Today, that company's parent business is worth more than $2 trillion. And here's the part that should really stop you. That wasn't the only company Yahoo turned down. A few years later, Yahoo would find itself in almost the exact same position with a completely different young founder, barely out of college. In 2006, Yahoo's executives sat across the table from a 22-year-old whose 2-year-old website had already attracted obsessive attention from college students. Yahoo offered to buy that company for close to $1 billion. For a brief moment, the young founder reportedly agreed. Then his own numbers, daily active users, engagement, kept climbing so fast that the deal fell apart before it could close. He walked away and kept building. So by 2008, Yahoo had already turned down one search engine twice and lost a shot at a future social media giant after nearly signing the deal. And that's precisely the moment the story flips upside down. Because for the first time, Yahoo wasn't the one saying no anymore. Microsoft showed up and offered to buy all of Yahoo outright for $46 billion. Yahoo's own board rejected that offer too. 3 rejections of other companies. 1 rejection of their own buyout at a price they'd never see again. So what was actually going on inside that boardroom that made no the answer every single time? Here's the uncomfortable answer. There probably wasn't one flawed person making all these calls. There was a company-wide belief system that made saying no feel internally like the responsible choice every time. Yahoo's leadership genuinely believed their portal strategy. Content and eyeballs, not search or a single social network, was the future of the internet. From inside that belief, walking away from a search engine in 1998 wasn't reckless. It was consistent. Turning down a social network fit the same worldview. And rejecting a $46 billion buyout in 2008 wasn't arrogance out of nowhere. The board had genuinely convinced itself the company was worth holding on to. Every one of those decisions made sense from inside the room. None of them held up outside it. By 2016, Yahoo sold its core business to Verizon for roughly $4.8 billion, less than what Microsoft alone had offered 8 years earlier. So here's the question worth sitting with. Right now, in 2026, how many companies today are making decisions that feel completely rational inside their own boardroom and will look exactly this inexplicable 10 years from now? Here's where it gets interesting, because this exact trap already tested the company Yahoo let walk away independent. When ChatGPT launched in 2022, Google's own leadership reportedly declared an internal code red. This time, they didn't dismiss it. They rebuilt their entire AI strategy, and by 2025, Google was strong enough that OpenAI declared its own code red in response. One company recognized the trap in time. Here's one that might not. For decades, one chipmaker built its entire empire on a single kind of processor, the CPU, sitting inside nearly every PC on Earth. That dominance was so complete that when a different kind of chip, the GPU, turned out to be exactly what AI needed to run, this company was caught almost flat-footed. Today, NVIDIA controls somewhere around 80% of the AI chip market. This company's share is close to 1%. That company is Intel. Its stock has actually surged in 2026, up well over 100%, partly because NVIDIA itself invested $5 billion into its old rival, and partly because a new CEO is attempting a genuine turnaround. Whether that's the start of a real second act or optimism running ahead of the actual numbers, nobody can say yet. Which is exactly where Yahoo stood right before every single decision in this video. Thanks for sticking with this one all the way through. That company was Yahoo. And its downfall wasn't really about any single rejected offer. It was about a company that built an entire identity around a strategy that worked once, and then mistook consistency with that old strategy for good judgment, long after the world around it had already moved on. Maybe the real lesson isn't, don't say no. Plenty of rejected deals are genuinely bad ideas. The lesson is narrower and harder. Build a way to notice when your own past success has quietly turned into the thing holding you back. Google managed it so far. Whether Intel will is a genuinely open question, being decided in real time right now in 2026, and it almost certainly won't be the last name on that list. Thanks for watching this episode of Future Ledger. If stories like this one, about the decisions that look obvious only in hindsight, are your kind of thing, subscribe, because there's a lot more of this world left to open up.